I only needed one thing. 15 minutes before closing, the doors of Oak Haven Supercenter opened with a tired hiss spilling cold air that smelled like floor cleaner and popcorn. I checked my watch as I stepped inside. 10:45 p.m. It's still 10:45 p.m. now. Entering Oak Haven always felt less like arriving and more like being processed. The ceiling soared too high in an industrial hangar of steel beams and fluorescent lights buzzing just quietly enough that you don't notice it until it's already inside your teeth. The light was clinical, shadowless. It drained the color from my skin in the reflection of the cart return area. Just past the entrance stood a family of mannequins on a low platform. A man, a woman, and two children. They held hands, facing the exit. Their plastic skin gleamed under the lights. Their posture was too exact, too practiced. One of the children's heads was tilted slightly upward, as if it was watching something higher than the door. I didn't slow down. The main aisle stretched impossibly far ahead. The silence was complete. No announcements, no employees, just the hum of electricity and the squeak of my cart. I cut through a peril to reach electronics. Aisles of more mannequins frozen mid-gesture, mid-step. Their arrangement seemed adjusted. The air grew colder. The popcorn smell faded, replaced by the faint ozone tang of powered screens. The silence wasn't just absence, it was pressure. I had been walking for 5 minutes now. Electronics should have been visible by now. The glowing wall at the back of the store. Instead, I was still in home goods. The aisle held towels, hundreds of them, beige, cream, off-white, stacked into soft, sound-swallowing towers on either side. I turned around. The aisle continued behind me, identical. A prickle of cold sweat broke across my scalp. Oak Haven was huge. They reorganized constantly. I must have wandered into a section without realizing it. I abandoned the cart and walked faster. I needed a landmark, the pharmacy, the bakery, anything familiar. I turned right and entered the cleaning aisle. The air burned with lemon ammonia and artificial pine. The floor reflected the lights perfectly. Looking down felt like walking on the ceiling of another store layered beneath this one. Bleach bottles lined the shelves. Clorox, Clorox, Clorox. Then brands I didn't recognize. Void Scrub, Knoll Polish, Absence in a Can. Plain labels, black text on white paper. Hello? My voice came out thin. It vanished immediately. I pulled out my phone. No signal. The time still read 10:45 p.m. I turned to head back toward the front and froze. At the far end of the aisle stood a mannequin in a mechanic's blue jumpsuit, holding a tire iron, facing away from me. I hadn't passed a mannequin here. The head turned, not smoothly. Click, click, click. Its blank face aligned with mine. I ran. Footsteps slapped against the tile as I sprinted toward the back wall. Near dairy, I found scuffed, swinging doors. The milk cases vibrated aggressively. Every expiration date read yesterday. Above the doors, associates only, I shoved through. The brightness died instantly. Flickering yellow lights buzzed behind wire cages. The air smelled of wet cardboard and burnt dust. Concrete corridors, towering pallets wrapped in plastic. I weaved through them. Behind me, not footsteps, something heavy being pulled. Plastic scraping. A sharp pop, like a joint snapping into place. I moved faster. Pallets loomed in the shadows. Labels read, redacted, memories, fragile teeth, loose. I ducked into a small break room. A microwave flashed 0 o'clock. On the table sat a pristine white cake with blue piping. Happy retirement, Arthur. I touched the icing. It was hard. Plastic. The dragging sounds multiplied. At the end of a narrow corridor filled with mop buckets, a red exit sign glowed. I ran, slamming into the push bar, and burst back into the towel aisle. Beige towers, endless. I spun around. The door was gone. My legs gave out. I collapsed onto the cold floor, gasping. The ceiling wasn't just high anymore, it felt unreachable. Cold mist clung to the rafters. The buzzing lights had deepened into something rhythmic, chant-like. My watch still read 10:45 p.m. They stepped out from the cross aisles. Mannequins. Dozens. Some naked, joints exposed. Others dressed wrong. Tuxedo jackets with swim trunks, sundresses with winter boots. They moved in jerks and pauses. They closed in from both ends. "Stay back," I whispered. The nearest one wore a floral coat I recognized. It leaned closer. Then, a voice filled the store. "Attention, Oakhaven shoppers. The store is now closed. All remaining stock must be liquidated." The lights flared white hot. I looked at my hands. Skin smoothing, lines fading, fingers stiff. The mannequins didn't rush me. They didn't need to. They were looking past me, at the space where I should be. My phone buzzed weakly. No signal. Notes app still open. My thumbs don't feel right. I don't know how long I can keep typing this. The time hasn't changed. If anyone hears this, if you're in an Oakhaven Supercenter late at night and the store feels too quiet, don't look for the exit. Don't go into the back halls. And if you see a mannequin that looks a little too real, please, don't let them finish stalking me. The store was busy for a Tuesday afternoon. A woman pushing a cart slowed near the apparel section, squinting at a display of mannequins modeling spring jackets. One of them caught her eye. It was newer than the others, too detailed. Hands posed naturally, face soft, like it had once meant something. She frowned.
Mom, can we go? This place feels weird.
She glanced back at the mannequin. For a moment, she thought she saw faint lines at the corner of its eyes, like a memory of worry. Then the overhead lights buzzed. She turned away. The mannequin remained perfectly still, standing beneath a small orange sign. "Final clearance, as is. Do not move."